Hello everyone, my name is Arifa Zahir and today I welcome you all to my class on the Unacademy live platform. Today's class is going to cover pronunciation made easy part 2, Monophthongs. Now, before we begin and get to know what it is all about, it's very important that we understand what a phonemic chart is. So for more who are attending this class first time, please do remember that pronunciation is an important part of the IELTS speaking test. And now, the IELTS speaking test concentrates on a lot of areas ranging from grammatical range and accuracy, lexical resource, fluency and cohesion, and pronunciation. How pronunciation plays a major part, we will try to find out more in today's class. But before we do that, let me introduce myself and tell you something more about what I do and why am I here on the Unacademy platform. All right. Um, I am the founder of British English Trainers, and I would like to tell you something very important about it. At British English Trainers, at BET, what we aim for is that students get the marks that they want to score. And we not only work on online and offline students for IELTS exam, but we also focus on preparing them for their SOPs, for their final interviews. So the overall IELTS journey and a university journey is covered by us. So that's the first thing. Now, I'm a plus educator here on the Unacademy platform, and I come with a background of a master's in English literature and CELTA from Cambridge University. I have an experience of close to a decade in both teaching and training IELTS, and I've worked with the British Council for more than 10 years, which has included being an IELTS administrator, also being a senior trainer for IELTS. So these are the few things that have played a very important part in my passion for IELTS, in my passion for teaching and sharing it with my students. I have taught more than 5,000 IELTS students, have helped them to score their required band score. Also, helping them with the grammar in their journey of getting a higher band score in IELTS and being more fluent and proficient in the language skills has been a major part of my association with my students. Now, like I said, they are placed all over the world, including Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Now, before we begin, let me also share with you what are the things that Unacademy provides to its students. Unacademy provides a lot of amazing opportunities to the subscribers. There are four to five types of subscriptions ranging from 1 month to 3 months to 6 months to 12 and to 24 months. Now, I'm going to share something very specific with you, and that is a 3 month subscription. You can see that a 3 month subscription normally would cost you 8,100, but with the Unacademy discount, you would be paying only 6,750 for 3 months. And to further avail of more discounts on the Unacademy platform, you can use my code BE Trainers. Now, on top of 6,750, you will get a 10% off further if you use my code on the overall package. Now, what are the benefits that you avail of if you go for this package? You will have access to amazing live educators, not only me, but all the live educators on the Unacademy platform. Apart from that, you will be able to attend their classes, ask questions, clear your doubts, do practice test papers, and most importantly, also understand where you're making your errors and then work on it efficiently. The other thing that Unacademy allows you to have and access to is at any given point of time when you subscribe, whether it is a 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24-month subscription, you can access all the educators and their not only recorded sessions but also live sessions and all the free classes that are provided by Unacademy. So don't miss out on it and go for these opportunities that you can clearly make the most of and score a really good band in the IELTS examination. Now, let's move on and try and find out what we are going to do today. My code is, I'll write it down for you, BE Trainers, before we move ahead. And if you subscribe with this code on the Unacademy platform, you will be getting a 10% off. All right, now let's move ahead. Now, before we move ahead, it's very, very important to know that there, like I said, there are 4 skills on which you are marked in the IELTS speaking test. They are vocabulary, grammar, grammatical range and accuracy, fluency and coherence, and pronunciation. It's very important to understand that pronunciation affects our fluency, so it definitely counts much more than 25%. And it's very important that you give it that kind of importance which it deserves. So, pronunciation includes a lot of subparts in the sense you have to be good in, be fluent, audible, clear, also intonate well. That means stress on the keywords, and very, very important that you also pronounce each syllable clearly so that your overall word can be distinctly heard. So these skills are very, very important for the IELTS pronunciation so that you can score maximum marks in the pronunciation section and get your deserved band score. Now, important to understand that the phonemic chart holds the key to all the success in pronunciation. So, what is the phonemic chart all about? If you are a subscriber who has come to my class once again, it's important to know that I have done a class already on what phonemic chart is. On trying to understand what phonemic chart is, I've explained it to my students, but I'm going to do it once again for all of you who will be attending this class or who are attending this class for the first time. Now, this is what the phonemic chart looks like. And it's very important to understand that the only way you're going to be able to pronounce words clearly if your phonemes are right. Now, what are phonemes and what is the phonemic chart? The phonemic chart consists of 3 very clear things. One is the monophthongs, the other is the diphthongs, and the third one is the consonant. The monophthongs are 12 in number. The diphthongs are 10 in number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry, 8 in number. And the consonants for you very clearly are 24 in number. So, monophthong is the single sound, diphthong is the double sound or the dual sound, and consonants are anything and everything that the vowels aren't. So A, E, I, O, U are your vowels, obviously. And what we are going to do in terms of monophthongs and diphthongs are the different versions of the vowels. And the consonants right below are everything apart from A, E, I, O, U, which makes the whole gamut of pronunciation. Now, in our journey of trying to figure out how to pronounce words clearly, you will also realize that not only monophthongs, since these are monophthongs, not only diphthongs, since these are diphthongs, but also consonants, they are a very important part in the pronunciation, family. So it's very important to get to know all of this. Be with me in this journey of trying to understand what the right pronunciation is so that you can become excellent speakers with good pronunciation. Now, before I delve further into the pronunciation of the phonemic chart, it's important to know an accent which does not serve any purpose shouldn't be there. So you should try and have a neutral accent. That means pronounce words clearly. Please do not put a fake accent. We are here to help you have a good pronunciation, not only have a put on pronunciation, put on accent. For native speakers, once you are in that particular country, your pronunciation by itself is going to become better and good. and you will start acclimatizing yourself with that country's pronunciation. But as a native of some other country, it's good to have a neutral pronunciation and pronounce the words as they are. All right, let's move ahead. Now, like I said, the phonemic chart consists of the phonemic symbols from the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is the IPA, consists of 12 monophthongs, 8 diphthongs, and 24 consonants. Phonemes are the smallest units of sound in a language, and if a phoneme is changed, the word may change. Like in lack, if L changes to a B, the word becomes a back. Phonemic symbols are the symbols. So all these are symbols. If you go back and look at the chart, each and everything out here, each and every phoneme out here is told to the listener through a symbol. Also, being aware of the phonemic chart is going to help you read the words correctly in a dictionary. Okay, now, like I said, a monophthong is a pure vowel sound, one whose articulation at both beginning and end is relatively fixed, and which does not glide up or down towards a new position of articulation. So it's just one sound, and 12 monophthongs. Now we're going to concentrate. First, we are going to understand what a long vowel is and what a short vowel is. I have concentrated on the four sounds, and that is the reason why I've categorized the four sounds under the long vowels and the short vowels. A long vowel is a vowel that is pronounced for a longer time than most other vowels. Short vowels are vowel sounds that are pronounced in a shorter form. Now, it's very important to understand that both these forms play a very important role in the pronunciation of a particular word. Like, for example, I'll give you a word with a long vowel, with a short vowel, which, if pronounced with a long vowel, would sound completely different and absolutely wrong. So, if the word is fish, and if you say fish, you can see it would sound completely different, and the word, its meaning would get misinterpreted. The reason why pronunciation is important is because you do not want misinterpretation of the word. Now, let's move ahead and have a look at how these sounds are pronounced and what are the words that contain these sounds. I've put just a few examples for you so that you can understand this in a better manner and in a clearer and an easier manner. Now, let's begin. All right. Now, the first sound, like I said, I'll take you back once again. You can see I've categorized them. So, the four sounds that we are going to do today are e, o, oo. So, you can see they sound completely different from each other. Yet, we tend to make errors. It's very important that you do not make errors with these sounds. And in order to do that, you have to first understand how to pronounce these sounds. Then you've got to understand how it is put into a word, how it is pronounced in a word, and then only you can pronounce it in a sentence. We'll go on this journey step by step together so that you can understand it absolutely clearly. Now, if there are any students in the class who would like to ask a question, you're most welcome. So I can see we've got 3 people in the class, and if I'm here sitting right now, before I move on to the next stage, I hope whatever I have said till now is absolutely clear to you. Any responses there? Okay, I'm sure all of you are listening to it, and you will be able to analyze it as I give you the examples and as we do these activities. All right. Now, a long vowel, a short vowel out here is oo. Here, e, oo. So let's move ahead. So we'll take 2 fingers out here and put it right beside our for men it would be the Adam's apple, and for women you'll have to put it right out here. All right. So you can see, you'll notice the difference in the sound. E, e, hit, bit, sit, fit. So the first sound, is this sound. So you've got hit, bit, sit, fit. The other sound is E. So you can see, you'll feel the difference in the vibration. Eh, E, eh, E. When you say the vibration is in your lower finger. When you say the longer sound, it's in the finger at the top. So you can see the vibration also differs. So for this sound, E, heat, beat, seat, feet. Now we'll do both the sounds once again. Eh, eh, hit, bit, fit, sit. Now the other one, E, heat, beat, seat, feet. Now you can see the difference between the two sounds. So one is hit, the other is heat. One is fit, the other is feet. One is sit, the other is seat. One is fit, the other is feet. So you can see even your mouth movement changes. So it's very important to understand the difference between these two sounds. A lot of people tend to use this sound and they call it e. So you'll see different kinds of pronunciation in different types of websites. But the one which we are going to follow is the one which is the British phonemic chart. So, and that's the reason why it is eh. Alright, now let's move ahead and look at the other sounds. The other sounds include oh and ooh. Same thing once again. Repeat after me. Ooh, 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 ooh. You'll see the difference in sound once again. Again, the lower finger vibrates when you do the sound. That means this is a short vowel. And then the finger on the top vibrates when you do the sound. That means this is the longer sound, the long vowel. Now, it's very important to understand none of these words can be replaced with the other long vowel or the short vowel. If a particular sound consists of a short vowel, then it will remain as it is. And if a particular word consists of a long vowel, it will remain as it is. That is the only way in which you are going to be able to understand these sounds and use them appropriately. So we are going to first start with the sound and then we are going to go with the sound. So so good, should, pull, full. You can see if I were to use the sound out here, it would make the pronunciation completely different. So good would be good. Should would be should. Pull would be pool. Full would be fool. So you can see the word changes, the meaning changes, the pronunciation changes, and it can be completely misleading for the listener. Now, the purpose of getting to know the phonemic chart also serves you a bigger cause because you are also making yourself proficient in the IELTS listening examination, and that is something that you should aim at. Now, the other longer vowel, so we've got food, ooh, food, school, pool, fool, fool. So you can understand. So they're completely two different sounds where we are making these sounds out here. And it is very important to understand that both these sounds, both food, school, pool, fool, good, should, pull, full, they are different sounds. Please do not make the mistake of replacing one with another. So for example, food, which is cannot be replaced by wood, school, skull, pool, pull, fool, full. It's important to understand that none of these can be replaced by the other, and it's very important that you practice these sounds. Alright? Now, before I end the class today, I am going to revise these sounds once again for you so that you are in a position to understand each of these in a clear manner. Now, before that, I'm going to check and see if there are any students in the class. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Students who are listening to this class right now, if you've got any questions, you can share it with me. I will answer it for you. Oh, Pachu, welcome to the class. I didn't see your answers in his questions initially. Pachu, we will be covering each of these sounds in a later class. These are the minimal pairs, Pachu. And since I am doing it sound by sound, and that is the reason why I'm looking at them as long and short vowels, I'm explaining them as short vowels and long vowels. After that, when we do it as a whole, then I will be talking to you as minimal pairs. I'll be explaining them to you as minimal pairs. Okay? Yes, Pachu, absolutely right. Hit and heat, bit and beat. I would say, Pachu, for pronunciation, more important than book would be Pachu. For you to follow the sounds in the British phonemic chart. There are few websites which give you very clear analysis of the sound. One is the British phonemic chart, British Council. The other one is the Macmillan phonemic chart, Macmillan. And yes, thank you, Urvashi, for your feedback. And Pachu, yes, full is and fool is oo. Excellent, Pachu. I would say your hard work is definitely visible, Pachu. I can see that you are really working hard in improving your pronunciation and also working on, becoming better in your IELTS examination. Really proud of you. Hats off. Now, in terms of explaining them as minimal pairs, I will be doing it in my further classes. First, we are going to look at individual long vowels and short vowels, and then we'll move ahead and look at them as minimal pairs. All right? Now, I hope I've answered all your questions. And if there's anyone who would like to ask something else, please go ahead. Before that, I'm going to wrap up today's class and I'm going to revise it once again. So we did e, e, oo. So these were the words, sounds, and these were the words. Now, my code is BE Trainers, like I said. If you subscribe with this code on the Unacademy platform, you will be getting a 10% off. Currently, I'm doing a very important course on general training, writing task 1 and reading. We've already finished the different types of letters and practice formal letters and semi-formal letters. Today, I am doing